All right, let's do 2.5.21. I'm going to show you two ways because I think growing as a math student is learning things more than one way, and it'll help you be better in calculus. So let's start with the absolute value definition just because we've been going over that lately, and then I'll show you maybe a more efficient way. So I think we're going to graph this, right? Yeah, we're going to graph and find the intercepts. So I'm going to use this definition again. Absolute value of x is x or negative x depending if it's greater than or less than 0. So for this case, our function will be -2 plus x plus 1 when x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, which means x greater than -1 or equal, and then -2 minus x plus 1 for less than 0, which will be less than -1 in this case because we're replacing x with x plus 1. And so then if we simplify this, we should get two lines. So we get -2 plus x plus 1, x greater than or equal to -1, which turns into x minus 1? Yeah, x minus 1. And then the other one is minus x, let's do it in order. -2 minus x minus 1. So that'll be -x minus 3 when x is less than -1. And so we know how to graph lines. So x minus 1 starts at -1 and it just goes up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So it looks like that. And then at -1, the value is -2, it looks like. Yeah, so that makes sense right there. So we're only going to keep this part of the graph when it's greater than -1, and we get rid of this piece. And then minus x minus 3 means we start at -3. We go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and it looks like this. And that's only when x is less than -1, so we only keep the left piece. So basically all this goes away. And that's the graph. I think the other way is easier and more efficient, but it's good to learn two ways. Yeah. And then what else did we want? The intercepts. So the x-intercept, let's do the y-intercept first. It's actually easier. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. Oops, that was -1. So that would go in this case or this case. You could also just plug into the original function. -2 plus 0 plus 1. -2 plus the absolute value of 1, so we get -2 plus 1, or -1. So what is that? -0, -1. And then the x-intercept, again, we can use the original equation. -2 plus x plus 1 equals 0, right? Y equals 0 now. So the absolute value of x plus 1 equals 2. Basically, that means x plus 1 equals 2 or -2, and we'll just kind of check which one makes sense with the graph, because one of these won't make sense. Or actually, we have 2. Perfect. I don't know what I'm talking about. So -1, -1, -1, -1. So we get x equals 1 and x equals -3, which again makes sense with the graph. So that's how you find the intercepts. We can also graph using transformations, which I think is really fast. So we consider the absolute value of x looks like this, and then this tells me to go left 1. So we go over 1 and it looks like this. And then this piece tells me to go down 2. And there we go. And then you would use the same methods to find the intercepts. So hopefully this is helpful. Sorry, I've been in a lot of meetings today, so this video might be a little scattered, but pick a method that you like better. It's really good to learn both. It'll make us stronger calculus students.